All right, the Reds, another beautiful evening at Anfield. The Champions League quarter-finals. And the Reds had the slippers on all night. They had the pipes out. The keeper was in his deck chair. And we had a lovely night at Anfield where Liverpool have won 2-0. Could have been 3, could have been 4. They might say they should have had 1. They're talking out their arse. We go out there, we score 1, the tie's done. Have I summed it up all right there, Ben?
Pretty much, mate, yeah, I'm into it.
Ben Johnson, by the way, and Neil Dochen, sorry, that was rude of me. We've got Neil Dochen, we've torn him away from Wrestlesville to talk about footy. Go on, mate, sorry.
Yeah, I thought we were sad. I thought it was relatively easy. I thought we were good to a point, and if we'd have been great, we'd have won 4-5.
Yeah.
We'd done enough. We saved our legs maybe for Sunday. And as you say, we go there next week. And all right, they're going to have a full ground. They're going to try and get an early goal, but
we've been there, haven't we?
We've been there. We've whacked them, but we've been to Pint and we've beat them 3. At 0-0. There's not many teams who win the home leg 2-0 and then go out, and you just don't envisage a scenario where that's going to happen.
I mean, I think it's a classic one of them tonight, Neil, where it's like it's a bit what your pint's like. So is that 3 quarters full or 3 quarters empty or whatever the phrase.
It's 3 quarters full.
Definitely 3 quarters full, yeah. I'm certain about that. I'm certain about that.
You've taken a quarter of it.
I've never fucked that up, but you know what I mean. But what I mean is, like, I think you can be negative about that if you want, or you can just go, it's down. And like I'm saying, it's down, but you can say if you want, we should have scored more, we could have put it to bed, and that might mean in the second leg you can rest a load of players. But Ben's mentioned there, and I think he's right too, Chelsea on Sunday as well. So it felt to me like there was a huge foot away from the gas pedal, just going, we're all right.
Especially like 20 minutes to go, you just got the sense that everyone was all right with it. They were all right with it as well.
Yeah.
You know, it's been in their heads, hasn't it? Are we going to get humiliated again? Are we going to get embarrassed again? And I think everyone thought they were going to come and they were going to keep it tight, and then the worst possible thing for them happens, doesn't it? We score early on, and they must be thinking...
I still can't believe I said that.
I tell you what, there's all of this nonsense with the wrestling. I don't have this when I'm reporting on wrestling.
Should we fucking scrap this and do it again so I don't look like a tit now? You're alright, don't leave it on. Leave it on, it's alright. I'm happy I'm a tit, I know I'm a tit.
You started again, I'll just bring it up.
Sorry mate, go on.
No, I was going to say is, they go 1-0 down, and that's their nightmare scenario, isn't it? And I thought for a couple of minutes their heads went, after Keita scores, he threads through another ball, doesn't he, immediately afterwards for Firmino, and you see his confidence came, and I thought maybe we're going to score 2-3, blow these away first half. But then I thought they actually did quite well to like calm themselves down, set themselves down, Porto. But I felt like, we were just professional, and like Ben said, they've got it all to do now, haven't they? You know, they're not scoring 2 or 3 goals against us at their gaff, and we're going to go out there and score. Teams, like you say, rarely go out if they win 2-0 in the home leg, first leg. I feel like you say, we've got one eye on Chelsea, we've done a professional job, and you know, we played really well. There was lots of really positive performances.
Same.
The captain, I think Henderson can be really pleased with tonight's work again. Yeah, he showed...
The assist for the assist was really good.
Yeah. So incisive, some of the balls he was playing. I like the way we kept testing them in the first half, with like little balls over the top, sort of direct balls, just inside the channels between the full-back and the centre half. I just felt like we were in control. There's that one moment, isn't there, where Alisson's forced into making a really good save. Yeah. And that's the moment where the tie could change, couldn't it? If that goes in, then that's what's great about European football. You're totally in command, 2-0 up. You let one in and the entire...
and there's the one the lad puts over the bar as well, which is he should probably do better with.
But then, you know, Bobby has another really good chance. Obviously, Mo has the one that just goes wide. I got so confused with all the VAR penalty shouts. I didn't know what was going on. Like, unless we get a video screen, I just think this is going to be a bit of a mess at Anfield, because, like, at first I was like, well, what's the shout for? Like, half the time I'm like, what's the shout for?
One and on Trent.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And like that minute is like, it's so intense, because if you're watching a telly at home, you've just seen the replay, haven't you? And you've gone, that's not a pen. Because you're in the ground, you haven't got a clue. So it's like checking the penalty, and you're sat there, boom, 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 like, fucking hell, like, you know, is it a penalty? I don't know. It might be, like, a minute of just jeopardy. And then there was one in the second half, like maybe around an hour mark, 65 minutes. And like the game was just going on.
Yeah,
like,
I think that was George.
I was just like,
I think it's not a pen, man. That's a pen.
Yeah. It was just
doing a pen check.
This
boy's actually playing a pen.
It was like,
and then he was like, George, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like,
all right, sorry everyone.
George is asking for VAR on a substitution here.
It was like penalty check completed or something. Penalty check completed. I was like, what? What was that? Yeah, it would be amazing if they just got penalty. Like, fucking what?
It is all fucking mad, all that shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with it. I think with Liverpool at the moment, though, Ben, I think, Jagsy comes in at centre half, and to me, did all right.
There's nothing wrong at all.
Yeah, nothing wrong at all. And therefore, the front three, we've already mentioned Mo snatches at a couple. Felt to me a bit like he wanted to prove he was back.
Yeah.
And ended up not proving he was back by snatching at a couple. Other than that, the constant discussion around Liverpool appears to be the midfield. So, what did you think of the midfield today?
I thought Henderson was excellent, like excellent. Not just. It's easy to say, there's a Henderson argument of, it's very fucking, it's very black and white, isn't it? Some people say he's shite, some people say he's great. I thought he was excellent today, and I thought he was excellent in a role that he hasn't played. Come on and done it the other day. And he just finds enjoying them little half spaces between Salah and Trent, and being that link man. The second goal comes from it. His movement, his ability to see the pass. He has Salah as the dummy, and he sees Trent go. But it wasn't just that. It was he was a creator from that sort of right midfield role, which we haven't seen him do. His energy was fantastic. I thought Keita first 60, 70 minutes was great as well, to be fair. And then he tired a little bit, which is to be expected. He hasn't played.
He enjoyed. I mean, even though it takes a big deflection, the goal spurred him on, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But we watched it in here, and it does take a big deflection. But his touch is great. He gets a shot off, and Adam actually just said before, it was a goal that Lampard scores. He used to score a lot. We get his head down and hit it. Then hit someone and go in, but he claim it. He scored 300 goals or whatever, Lampard.
Yeah, if you don't buy a ticket, you don't get a prize.
Exactly, and his touch is great to get out his feet, and then he hits it and it goes in. Sometimes seasons, little quirks happen. Arguably he wouldn't have played if Lallana had been fit the other day. Scores, Liverpool go on and win. Arguably he probably wouldn't have played if he hadn't played the other day. Probably wouldn't have played today. Starts the game, we score, we go on and win. And you just wonder, he's probably got a big role to play the rest of the season out of nowhere. We probably wasn't expected to feature. I thought he was great. And I thought Fabinho was not great by his standards, but great in terms of the job he done. I thought he wasn't at his best, but his best is still well better than loads of other players.
Yeah, for me, what I like about Fabinho is like just when you start to worry about something developing, he seems to sense that and nick it.
He's just there with a horrible soul, breaks it up, but it also, for me, I'm really hopeful that we see Fabinho and Henderson, with Fabinho in that holding role and Henderson in that one that's pushing on, because I just see us getting loads of joy out of it. I think he's a better player further forward, and we're a better side with both of them on the pitch. They're both physical, they're both strong, they're both able to play footy, they can both head the ball, and they can both cover loads of grounds, and they can maybe, there's some of the other lads can have a little rest while they do all the donkey work for them. I thought the midfield was great today.
There's been all this talk all season, this either or. It's all been, is it Fabinho or Henderson? And like you say, it seems like we've stumbled upon that those two together are maybe the best sort of axis for us. I thought Fabinho was a little bit pondersome a bit sometimes on the ball today, took his time over the ball a bit. He wasn't fizzing it out quite to the wings like he has in previous games for us. But I don't know, I think that was kind of our approach generally though, wasn't it? It was very relaxed. Yeah. Everyone was obviously Virgil's just like the coolest, calmest man that's ever lived. There's a bit in the first half where he's just doing some mad gymnastics. There's a ball that's like whistling past his ear. Yeah. I mean, he likes to stretch his arms.
He's got a wingspan, and he like a fucking American eagle. Whatever they are. He just sets his legs the width of the box. He's just like, fuck off.
Oh yeah, just does a bit of a lunge and just goes sound. Anyway, back to this.
Bit of pointing again.
I was going to say to you then, did you spot though the greatest thing that Mo Salah's ever done in a Liverpool shirt? Where he basically won the ball at left back.
Oh yeah.
I was fucking made up with that. I nearly went to town off that. And my mate was laughing at me because I like stuff like that. I don't know why. I mean, obviously you love it if he bends one in the top corner. Yeah. But I just love the fact that he's Mo Salah. He scored all these goals. He scored 44 goals last season, 21 this season. and he's in a game like that we're comfortably the better side, we're obviously the better side, and he's going, fuck this, I'm winning this ball, lads, and he comes all the way back to that position, wins the ball, tries to take the piss a bit with the lad, and the lad ends up fouling him, and it's like, you've just done something that I used to enjoy Didi Hamann doing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I was going to say, it's a little bit Suarez as well, in the way that if your best player is prepared to track back and work like that, it sets that example to the rest of the team. Well, this is what we're all about. If I'm doing it, then you're all rolling your sleeves up. He works really hard, doesn't he, Mo? He doesn't really often shirk. You know, sometimes, obviously, he's given that licence, isn't he, not to have to track back. But he's not scared of putting a shift in.
Oh, I like him, I really like him.
It's the humility about that, though, isn't it? That's what's so endearing about it is, you know, they break, he sees the danger, well, I'm the fastest in this side, so I can get back quicker than everybody else. And it's the sacrifice of him being what? Seen something yesterday, he's had the most output in the last 2 seasons. There's only Messi who's been better than in terms of assist and goals. He's the second best footballer on the planet in terms of what he's producing in the last 2 seasons, and yet he's prepared to fucking graft from right wing to left back to win a tackle in his own box against Porto, who frankly we're head and shoulders above. That just speaks volumes for his character.
On that as well, what you just said there, I think a little bit on that, in that Porto, I thought, started okay, like as in terms of their attitude, their application. They looked up for it, is what I'm saying. But I think it became apparent very quickly that Liverpool were a lot better, as you say. And I thought it was interesting when you saw, you know, Klopp obviously gets asked a lot of questions by the media all the time, and every single answer turns into an article online and all the rest of it. There was one where he's being asked a lot, like, is this the team that you would want to have drawn? There's lots of people being saying it was the easy draw. He turned it round one time, he answered it and said, no one wants to draw us. And I thought you saw that tonight. So they didn't play at their best, but they made it really hard for Porto to do anything. And in the end, Porto looked a bit like, oh, fuck this. We can't get round these.
Yeah, I think when you play against Liverpool and you play against the sides who can do everything you can do, but they've got better players and they're physically stronger and they're fitter and they're better organised, I think...
Which is all right, isn't it?
Which is sad. But I think if you're the opposition side, you have a go, you probe, you go and try and play there, and then Virgil pips you, and then you think, okay, well, we'll switch, and we'll try and switch flanks, and then the midfield's on you. That's about half full, I know.
That pint is half empty.
It's an half empty, it's not half full. Let us know, readers.
But I think if you come up against the side that just asks questions, and every time you get it, you're trying to switch, and then they're on you, and then you think, fuck, we've got to go backwards, and then you go backwards, and then they're on you again. And you've got to be perfect in everything you do, just to get up the pitch. Like, even the times they break us and they get in behind us, you've got Alisson there, massive, just saves it. They get one chance in the first half, he saves it. They get another bit of a half chance, he saves it. Then you don't get a sniff then. You know, then they have a few half chances, a few breaks, get corners. Touch wood, I'm not sure I remember the last time someone scored a corner against us. And it used to be at Anfield, you'd be like, shit, there's another ball coming in the box. But we just attack them in the first ball, pretty much 9 times out of 10, maybe fucking more. And if you're them, you keep playing against the side, you see them after 35 minutes think, shit, because if these kick on here, you could see it in the you know, the way they're holding themselves. If these kick on and want to twat us, they can. There's nothing we can do about it. And I think it was only that we were like, yeah, we're all right with 2-0. Yous are all right with 2-0. We'll have the same performance next week. Yous can have the same performance next week. It can finish 0-0 if yous want. Or we'll beat yous 2-0. Or we'll beat yous 5-0. We'll beat yous however we want as long as we fucking beat it. It's a hard gig. We're such a good side, lads. And it's nights like tonight, quarter-final. You realise that.
Like, obviously we're talking about Liverpool, it's the post-match pipe. We just walked out of Anfield, down Anfield Road, into Hotel Tier, who very kindly let us use this place week after week to do this. But it would be remiss to not mention that Spurs have beat Man City.
Yeah, I know.
So how's your head about that? Okay, it's the Champions League, and you know, it's only the first leg and all that, but for me, I'm fucking made up that that's happening, because I just think there's this constant talk still about them almost being infallible, unbeatable, unbelievable. They'll never cock up, they'll never lose a game, they'll never draw a game, they'll never drop a point. Whereas Liverpool, they're a bit shit, they're this, they're that, the other. And there's all bellends who work in journalism who don't like us, who keep writing articles about us.
We're not all bellends in journalism.
No, you're sound. No, but it feels like there's people willing Liverpool to fuck up and willing Man City to win everything. Constantly putting polls out there about quadruples and all that. I'm fucking made up that they've got beat tonight, and I hope it massively gets in the red from here on in.
And they've missed another key penalty, haven't they? They've had a penalty they could have won
Aguero missed the pen.
Which is pretty much unheard of, isn't it? I just think looking forward for us as well, it means they've got to put so much into that second leg. They've got to be so focused on that second leg. And you know, like we said before, players like Aguero, De Bruyne, Company, none of them have played in the Champions League final. They're all coming to the end of their careers. David Silva, they've all been at City a long time. They've never had that chance at European Cup final. They all want it desperately. So they are going to put a lot of effort, a lot of energy, a lot of mental focus into that second leg. Maybe they take off just a little bit, 1%, 2% in the league. And that's all we need. All we need is them to draw, slip up.
What you want is Tottenham to get absolutely diddled in this second leg. Like
be fuming for the league game.
Fuming. And then kick fucking shit out of them. Unholy amounts of shit. Like a fucking shit factory. And then in the league game, kick fucking lumps out of them again and then fucking swat them because they're so angry that they've been diddled. Pochettino runs on, swats Guardiola. All hell breaks loose, then these cunts never win another game.
Turns into wrestling. Nearly been made up.
But there's a chance these get beat. Then they go and play Palace on Sunday, they get beat. Then they play whoever, Tottenham, they get beat. Then they play the next league game, Tottenham again, they get fucking beat. The Reds win both, we're 5 clear, just need to draw that Newcastle to win the fucking league. Yeah. Cock out, happy days, fucking get in.
But you can't top that.
I mean, you can't top that. That has been the post-match pints from hotels here in Anfield. Liverpool have won. Roy Hodgson, this weekend, you fucking hours, you bellend, beat Man City, up the fucking Reds.
Good lad, leave him alone. He's sound.
Oh, he's sound, yeah, Roy sorts it, lad. Love you, lad. Nice watches. I've heard you're great at reading books. Up the Reds.
It's us talking about our app again. We're very excited about it indeed. Very, very excited. Craig, it's the absolute business. It's going to be the place to get all your Anfield Wrap wants and needs from.
I'm so excited about it. I remember my very first meeting when I started at the Anfield Wrap 2 years ago this month actually, and Neil promised me there was going to be an app, and I've had to wait 2 years for it. It's taken 2 years. Oh yeah, we've got an app coming soon. Yeah, 2 years later now we're launching it, and I think it's been something that when we speak to people at live shows, when we speak to people at the match, you know, listeners, subscribers, and watchers of our YouTube channel, they always say to us, "What about an app? Have you thought about an app?" And we're like, "We have. It's just so difficult to sort of implement, and there aren't that many. You know, how many fan media, businesses, I suppose, have their own app, and now we're going to have one. It's so exciting."
It is really exciting. It'll be the absolute business. We've been working on this video stuff which you've been watching. You've been watching it on YouTube, around the game, second look, preview, post-match pints, now stat show, other bits and pieces as well. We've been working on it for, well, since August, to be honest with you, and it's taken up a lot of time, and I'll be really honest, it's taken up a fair bit of money as well. Equipment's involved, obviously paying for people's time, getting them in. The post-production work's pretty arduous as well, but we've been doing that because we started it in August thinking we'd have something by mid-October-ish. We didn't, and we've hung on right the way through till April because we wanted to keep telling the story of the season for our video viewers. Now is the time where this will be going behind our paywall as part of the app, and that will be happening mid-April, being honest, probably now towards the end of April, but we'll be getting that stuff ready. That stuff will be uploaded every single game, everything we've been doing, plus so much more. Loads of formats set up for the summer. Obviously, we including transfers, but we know the bread and butter is the match-by-match content, and that's the stuff that we've been throwing out now for years, and that we love, we think we get right, both on audio and on video. So we want you to come and subscribe and feel part of this journey. Continue to do so. Download the app, have a little look at it, and work out what payment level is for you. It's 5, 7, 7 and 10, Craig. 5 for existing audio subscribers who just want to have a few fewer shows. We're keeping that as an option for them. But then it is £7 audio, £7 video and 10 for both?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think one of the reasons why we've gone for the different pricing tiers is so that there's an option for everyone. So if you decide that maybe the free video is only for you and you don't want to pay for content, you've got Talking Reds for free every day. You've got 2 free podcasts a week, and then you've obviously got the 7, the 7, and the 10. The 10 for all of our content, both video and audio. I think like one of the things that when you speak to people is they don't realise just how much work and time and resource goes into the creation of video. They maybe just think it's setting up a camera and us speaking to it, but really it's the equipment, it's the booking people for shows, it's the time that it takes to
get to locations, using locations,
upload it to the post-production, the editing, and everything around that, and that's one of the main reasons why we're doing this.
But we also want to be more ambitious with the video, so we've been talking about some documentary style stuff that we want to do more of, more stuff out on location, more stuff out and about, more stuff telling the story of the city of Liverpool as well as telling the story of Liverpool Football Club via video. It's something we think we do brilliantly through audio. We want to be able to use Liverpool as a bit of a canvas and cut loose, to be honest with you. So we want you to come with us on that if you can. It'd be absolutely brilliant, and as I say, it's something we're going to grow and develop. And so far what's been just fantastic, to be honest with you, is so many people who watch and listen to the Anfield Wrap, whether they subscribe or not, have been part of the journey. We want you to keep coming on this journey with us. Download the app, go from there. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you very much for watching. This is the Anfield Wrap from the heart of the city.